Moving along very nicely.
I would like to encourage people to participate. We have 3 more subcommittee meetings. One is tomorrow, one is next Tuesday, and one is next Thursday. And everybody should have gotten notices of this from Jacinta. But we've had some wonderful in-depth discussions on the issues in those meetings. And I'd also give great credit to Helen and Brenda. We've gotten over 1,000 survey responses, which is absolutely fantastic. So I think we've just really done a terrific job doing outreach to various communities and getting a lot of responses. We've run a couple of our focus groups in Spanish, and I think for the first time we've really gotten meaningful input and survey responses from Spanish-speaking individuals, and that's and I think
we had
and
2
that's been very, very gratifying.
Spanish-speaking.
And we have continued, Mercedes and I have continued to have virtual meetings with 2 very, very passionate and knowledgeable leaders in the Spanish-speaking community in Passaic County. And I mean, not only are they doing wonderful work, but they've given me some leads as to Spanish-speaking people whom I can try to recruit for Regional Family Sport Planning Council 5. So they're just, when you do this, you get a lot of unexpected benefits from it. So that's really been terrific. I would also like to just mention a couple of other things that the council has been doing. One of them is we had noticed that there are passionate people on both sides of the issue of electronic monitoring devices. The families that want them are very, very passionate. The agencies that have reservations are equally passionate. And what we've done is we've had a focus group meeting with families who want them or use them, and agencies that use them, and a second focus group with agencies that are not really in favor of using them. We're trying to hear both sides of the story, or all sides of the story, and hopefully we can help construct what I would call a compromise or consensus that's acceptable to everyone, if not perfect for anyone. So we will continue to work on that. And Paul Aronson has also been very, very helpful. And we will meet with Chairwoman Downey of the Assembly Human Services Committee, and hopefully we can work out something that everybody can at least accept. Second thing is we had noticed that the Olmsted settlement had been very, very successful in getting people out of developmental centers, but there's a concern, and Ellie really brought this to the council's attention, that she is very concerned that as she is no longer able to be there for her son, will there be adequate services or necessary services available in the community, because she doesn't want him to wind up in a nursing home or a developmental center. And I think most parents share Ellie's views. So we're kind of hoping that we can work with the 3 trade associations and DDD to work out some way of getting adequate services in community settings, so that people will not have to go into nursing homes or back into developmental centers as they age. Their health and or behavior requires more complex services. I also want to mention that we have formed, or under the leadership of Sophia, we have formed the ad hoc committee. And okay, the presenter is open to poll. So if you see that on your screen, let's that now. I assume that we're supposed to click on OK. Okay, you should, if you click on OK, you'll have that on your screen. And if you make your choices and then submit, hopefully we'll have enough responses to make this legal and official. I would point out that there's a timer on the top, and you have 5 minutes from the start. It's now about 4 minutes and 15 seconds, 4:19. So please make your two selections and then hit the submit. Okay. I will give everybody a couple of minutes before we resume with our agenda. Please make your selections and submit, and Jacinta will tabulate the results. Again, there's no record of whom any one of us voted for, just the totals are available to Jacinta.
give Sophia a little time after the results are announced to go over her committee and what she wants to do with it.
Oh, she is on. Okay, sure. I'm sorry. I thought I was saying that because I didn't see you on. Yeah, that's terrific. I will defer to Sophia, other than to say that I am personally very grateful that someone as passionate, as knowledgeable, and as eloquent as Sophia has agreed to take on responsibility for being chair of this council. I would just add that the money that is spent on DD services is public money. And that certainly requires that all individuals with developmental disabilities have equal access to the resources and the services that are available. And it's, it's the intention that the ad hoc committee would move that objective closer to reality. So let me turn it over to Sophia, because I'm sure she can say this better than I would.
Good morning. Hi, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I can, Sophia.
Quite clearly.
I'm sorry, I apologize for my tardy arrival. My Wi-Fi worked perfectly when I was working all night. And first thing this morning, of course, around 8 a.m., it decides to give me a little lag and a lot of problems, but I'm here. And thank you, Paul, and thank you, Kevin. I'm definitely certainly grateful for the opportunity to lead the charge, but I cannot and I will not do it alone. So I'm really excited about a lot of the council members and community members, as well as council staff members who have responded to my call to action. And already the council staff, the DD council staff are the best. I mean, they were the first, Kyoko and Frank, the first people at what, maybe 6, 7 a.m. responding and registering for our first meeting. So I'm really excited about that, which will be next Wednesday on September 30th at 1 p.m. I will send Zoom links out to everyone. You just have to register through the link, and then it'll send you the information to log on. But briefly, just a brief synopsis is the fact that, as you mentioned, Paul, this is really, really necessary to address racial issues, economic inequalities, diversity issues, which diversity spans socioeconomic, race, of course, faith, gender, age. And all of these things are all issues that people sometimes, I think, we take for granted, that when people with disabilities are dealing with the challenges of having a disability, they don't realize that these are only compounded with other social disparities. So 5 of the areas that I looked at as I invited people to join us on this journey, 5 of the areas that I realized that we're going to be exploring are going to be the intersection between race and disability, exploring the economic inequities that face disabled workers, We want to increase grant opportunities that are awarded by the DD Council to underrepresented communities. We want to promote educational initiatives that address and that impact people who are in under-resourced communities as well as having intellectual and developmental disabilities. And we want to increase the outreach initiatives. We want to reach out to the underserved communities and to the under-resourced communities. I mean, one thing that Brenda and Helen they did so diligently was they were able to gather 1,000 responses to the surveys, yet in those 1,000 responses, well over 70% of those respondents were, in fact, white and or suburban families. And so then we have to try to find some type of way to bridge that gap and to reach out to all the other communities. Because the fact is, and I mean, I often say this, but this is a fact. I mean, if you look at the census or any demographic data on NewJersey.gov, New Jersey is one of the most diverse um, states in the union. I mean, we're all encompassing of people from all walks of life. And we know also that when it comes to being a person living with disabilities, as well as a person impacted by disabilities, family members and caregivers, we are the most diverse community in the world. So it only makes sense that we ensure that we're addressing everyone's needs, addressing all disparities, and just bridging these gaps and finding more equity, more equality, and more unity among all groups who are impacted by intellectual and developmental disabilities.
Uh, Terrific. And again, we're all very grateful that you're taking this on. There was one other item that I wanted to mention, and we'll go to Jacinta, and she has the results of the election. We had been conducting a caucus dinner for self-advocates the evening before council meetings, and we have, I guess, had to suspend those during the pandemic. I've spoken with Mercedes about this, and we're both agreed that we need to reconnect with that self-advocate caucus, and there's no reason why we can't do it online. So I'm hoping that we can do this in the near term, and I would hope that I could speak very, very shortly with whomever uh, is elected vice chair, because the new vice chair or the continuing vice chair will be a distinguished self-advocate. And I'd say overall, I thought that we would accomplish a lot more with self-advocates this year, but the pandemic kind of interrupted that. And I'd like to get the input from our self-advocate members as to how we can go about accomplishing this. I don't know that we can wait for the pandemic to end. We've got to figure out how we can do more to engage and assist and support the self-advocates, both members of the council and all the active self-advocates and would-be active self-advocates. And I know, thank you, Kevin, provided a lot of good suggestions. So let's see. Jacinta, do you have the results? Jacinta?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so for executive committee member at large, that's Safia Muhammad. And for vice chair, it's Kevin Nunes.
Congratulations to the two of you. And Kevin, I hope we speak in the very near future about how we can carry out the initiatives to better serve and involve the self-advocates. I hope we didn't lose Kevin. Yes, we did lose Kevin.
Yes.
Kevin?
Thank you all for your participation. I look forward to continuing my work with the council in this capacity. Um, and I will gladly look forward to increasing the value of my fellow advocates with the council.
Okay, thank you, and congratulations, and thank you to I know her being as council chair, I said that we're here to represent all the people we've never seen and we never see. And I think, this is a major step. Uh, our first major step was this and doing outreach to kind of ignored or underserved communities. And now with the ad hoc committee, I think we can do much, much more. So again, thank you and congratulations to Sophia, and thank you and congratulations to Kevin. I had hoped that this would be the year of the self-advocate. I'd like to get back to both serving the underserved populations, and we have to admit that first on my list of the underserved populations are the self-advocates. So if we can start making progress on those fronts, it'll be very gratifying, I think, to all of us. I think that's all I have. I'm going to ask, since we've got 9 minutes to go, I'm going to ask Mercedes to just give us an update on what she have been up to.
Hi, Paul. Thanks. So
You're welcome.
I just want to make a few comments then, if we have some time. I appreciate the opportunity. So I will share that next Thursday, October the 1st, if I've got my dates right, Bob Titus will be presenting to the Public Policy Committee of the National Association of Councils on Developmental Disabilities regarding the work that New Jersey completed and the council was supporting to preserve services for people with disabilities in the upcoming budget. This campaign has, was successful and reached national level interest. So Bob will be presenting. I think we might be able to get a link out to folks because council members can participate in these sessions if you'd like to watch in. So that's one thing, and we are very grateful to the governor and our state in really addressing the needs of individuals with disabilities. The governor has been conducting some town halls, and I did submit a question to for the last town hall that was read, and the governor again indicated his commitment to the individuals with disabilities and their families and the systems that support them, but also recognize the challenges that they faced, especially during COVID. Another update is that the Disability Caucus, which we have been speaking about, is really taking shape and moving on. It did not, reach our earlier in the year launch. We are targeting a launch of the Legislative Disability Caucus in November. So we will keep you posted on that, especially at the November meeting. I just wanted to kind of echo a little bit from Helen's point on the 5-year plan. And it's really exciting to know that we have been able to get the level of input to our 5-year planning process, that the survey results that came in from over 1,000 people, the opportunity for public forums, even in this virtual environment, the opportunity for public comment, written comments that have come in. We are really excited that we'll be able to shape a draft plan for council review and final approval to be submitted next August. I'll tell you that in participating in the National Association calls and meetings, where there's some states that are doing, as good a job, but there are other states that are really struggling, especially the way the waves of COVID have moved across our country. So we're in a good place. We have almost a full year still to submit our 5-year plan to the national, the administration on community living, I should say. And we are well on our way. We're about halfway through the work group sessions that the council has set up. If you have not participated yet in a work group session, there's another one tomorrow. Jacinta has sent out those invitations to all of you. And then there are 2 next week. So we encourage you to participate. The conversations thus far have been so worthwhile. So please contribute and participate in any one of those meetings if you can. And finally, I'll share that we do have 3 now new interns with the council. One of them I saw on our screen just a little while ago, and she might have had to drop off since, but we have 2 Seton Hall University students, senior MSW students that are working with our self-advocates and public policy. And we have a communications intern that is working with Gary. So I'm very excited that we've got that, interest of our next generation of leaders, and appreciate the staff's time and commitment to ensuring that they are going to have a wonderful experience here on the council. And you will see them popping in and out of meetings as we move forward. So that's about it, Paul. Is that good?
That's very good. By how much we were able to get done in 56 minutes. Since we've got 3+ minutes, I'll open up the floor to anybody who has a question, comment, statement. And again, really encourage people to try to participate in one of our planning subcommittee sessions.
Paul?
Go ahead, Bill.
Well, a number of you are aware, but I just wanted to announce formally that I will be retiring on November 6th from my position at the York Morris. So it's been a wonderful run with the council for almost 10 years, and I'll continue into the executive committee meetings through October. But I want to say goodbye and thank everybody for a wonderful experience, and keep up the great work.
Bill, thank you so much for what you've done for the council, but also what you've done for the people you serve through Arc of Morris, and the impact you've had on so many people. I will have to call the person who follows you your successor. I cannot think of anybody ever being your replacement.
Thank you, Paul.
Has his hand up. Go ahead, Todd.
I didn't have my hands up.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. If there are no more comments, I don't want to keep people.
I just wanted to once again thank everyone for their time and their day, because I know in this virtual medium it's so difficult to schedule our time, because a lot of us are on these calls all day, every day. We're all in front of computers. So thank you for your time overall. And I look forward to increasing the outreach of our fellow advocates throughout the course of this year.
Thank you, Jeff, and I look forward to another good year working with you.
Paul, if I may, I would just like to thank Bill Testa. We knew for a little while that his retirement was on the horizon. If anything had happened this year, good. I was hoping that maybe that was going to change his plans, and we were going to be able to maintain him on our council for just a bit longer. But Bill, thank you. I have really appreciated the contributions that you make, your work with the executive committee, and despite all that you do to manage an organization, your commitment to participating in so many of our work groups, subcommittees, committees, I really appreciate, and we will definitely miss you at the council.
Thank you, Mercedes.
That's certainly true.
Okay. Hi, I just wanted to also, well, for one, say thank you for everyone. Thank you to everyone for the confidence in me to serve again as the at-large member of the executive committee. But also, when I came in as freshmen together to the council, so it has truly been an honor and a pleasure serving with you, and just being a change agent, along this journey. I mean, you've been a wonderful colleague and friend, and the people who I know in Morris, and who receive services from the Ark of Morris have nothing but glowing accolades for your organization. So thank you for all that you do for everyone in the state of New Jersey.
Thank
And of
you.
course, inclusive of people with disabilities, but their families as well.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy, and please try to take a few trips.
Okay, thank you all. Enjoy the rest of the day, and hopefully, I'm gratified that I'll get another chance, at least one more chance to see you, Bill. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
We need a motion to adjourn.
You can make it, Kevin.
I motion to adjourn the meeting.
Um,
This is Safia, second motion
okay.
to adjourn the meeting.
I will just declare by acclamation that we are adjourned. Thank you all.
Bye, everyone. It's Elizabeth.
Bye, Elizabeth. Thank you.
Bye, Elizabeth.
Bye.
Oh, this is starting to sound like the Waltons.
The live is stopped.
You can stop recording and the live stream. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, there were a few moments when the stream went down. I think when you went to do the polling.
Yeah, I think that was when I was taking control. But we made note of that, that once you're the host, you have to be able to do everything.
Anyway, all right. So I think we can wrap up and close everything down. All right.
Huh?
I think I can close everything down now, right?
Yep. Thank you.
Great day.
Okay. Bye-bye.